What quarterback's going first in this draft? We have the Carolina Panthers, who are pretty much guaranteed locked in at a quarterback. Who do you think? C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson? Or Hendon Hooker, if someone wants to take a leap.
Or Hendon
Okay,
Hooker.
as much as you don't like this and this type, I'm gonna say C.J. Stroud, man. I think he's the most pro ready. Okay, Bryce Young, yes, in Alabama, but that dude is pretty small. I just don't see the Panthers just doing that at number one with that small guy. I think C.J. Stroud he looks the part. Will he stink like most Ohio State quarterbacks? According to Vance, yes. But I think he's the safest pick at one. Will Levis looks good, but did pretty well. He had some like disgusting throws, like off his knees and shit. Shows good power, but I don't think you go with him number one either, man. You just got be safe. If I was the GM of the Panthers, I'd probably trade the pick for Justin.
They traded
They just gave up their future to trade.
No, I know. Yeah, I think they're gonna go Stroud, dude.
Seth, what are your thoughts here?
It's got to be the lock. The guaranteed. The intelligent playmaker. He has the arm. He has the legs. He has the skill set and the decision making. That's Bryce Young. I mean, it's got to be the lock. C.J. Stroud, bigger, probably a little bit bigger arm. Has the better athlete maybe, but I think he's fallen down draft boards after he took that test that every draft he takes, and he scored like the lowest one of the lowest scores for a quarterback all time. Like
he doesn't need to be smart. It doesn't.
And then he's like, I'm not a test taker. I'm a football player. It just sounds like
that's right.
That just tells me you can't watch film and understand what's happening. But you can go out there and you're a good enough athlete to play the game. That doesn't translate to franchise / Super Bowls.
I mean, he's like, you got to be smart to get in Ohio State. Do you? Do you? Whenever you're a phenomenal athlete, you're a 5-star, and you can just go anywhere in the country. I can pay the Brainiac $500 to do my homework too.
Especially you collected almost $2 million the past 2 years on NILs.
I'm not accused. It's just laughing. It's like you can get as the prestigious 5-star you can get in any school. Don't give me the you can't get in anywhere because you're not smart thing. Well, it's like you just got to be a passing grade.
Probably.
You just got to be a passing grade. It's like
Harvard, maybe. You never know.
Or they got their requirements, but I'm sure it's not Ivy League requirements to get into Ohio State. But I don't know. C.J. Stroud's got the stature, but I don't know. He's fallen down draft boards. Him scoring that low is kind of a concern for me. Why? Because they say that test is all about just basic decision making, all this other, life skills almost. So it's like, what does that tell you about a guy? I don't know. I'm not a GM. I don't know what's on the test. I've never seen the test. So, but Bryce Young is just fundamentally all there. Height and size is not a concern to me. There's plenty of short guys who do it in the NFL. I mean, Russell Wilson, he's short, gets it done. Kyle won Rookie of the Year. He's not doing so hot right now, but he can get it done. You can be short and play the position and be successful in the position. But if I was the Panthers, I would definitely take Anthony Richardson, number one.
What?
Yeah, why? I want to hear that.
Freak! I got a guy on the roster who can teach you how to throw a football.
Yeah, Frank Wright, the quarterback whisperer.
You know what? Yeah, never mind. They might as well just take. I don't know. They might as well just take I can't think of a person that's shitty coming into the draft. Not shitty because they're all going to the draft, right? A lower tier like Stetson Bennett. There we go. They just take Stetson Bennett number one.
Stetson Bennett's allegedly going to go undrafted. Isn't that kind of wild? He's a 2-time back-to-back national champion.
I thought he was like a 5th-round pick.
Allegedly, from what I read today, there's potential he's going to go undrafted and have his pick at a team. Now, if I'm in the 5th round and Stetson Bennett's available, probably going to take him because two-time national champion. He was the quarterback of a two-time national championship team. Like, that's hard to pass on. Kind of like Agent McCarron.
Yeah, but
He
come
got
on,
drafted.
Vance.
He didn't get drafted high, but he got drafted.
Come on, Vance. Like, yeah, everybody says he's a two-time national champion. He was on
I'm
an
not
NFL.
saying
He was on an
I'm
NFL
not saying
team.
he was the guy that led that team, but he was the quarterback, and that's an important position to play in a two-time national championship roster.
Stetson Bennett is probably a phenomenal decision maker.
That's why if he's available in the 5th round, no matter who I have on my roster, I'm yoinking. I would take him. I would take him. I'd probably take him earlier, honestly.
He's probably a
3rd round.
phenomenal decision maker because I mean he's got like 4 years on everybody else he's playing, so it's like he's got time to develop that, Brandon Whedon style. You know what I mean?
That Brandon Whedon selling insurance. But I have for the Carolina Panthers. I wanted to go Bryce Young here because to me he's the best quarterback, the best NFL ready player in the draft besides Will Anderson and Jalen Carter. It's those two guys, and then boom, Bryce Young. Bryce Young's good decision maker. He didn't go to Bama off of his looks. He went because he's fucking good. He's really good. Great decision maker. He's kind of pretty athletic, pretty shifty. The 5'10" mark is where it knocks him down. I think Carolina, the way their offense is built, they need a tall, big quarterback that can kind of get out and go. And CJ Stroud, as much as I hate drafting Ohio State quarterbacks, he's the guy. That's all there is to it. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He's a great decision maker, as we saw against Georgia. He can put the ball in places. He's accurate. That test had me worried, but it's like the test 5'10", and you can play the quarterback position at 5'10", man. But I think being 6'2", 6'3", like CJ Stroud is.
So why don't you go take Levis?
I don't think he's number 1. I just don't. I think Will Levis has the Zach Wilson effect. Good looking kid, strong arm. We saw all this from Zach Wilson coming in the draft. The crazy throws, down on his knees, doing the cool stuff. He's got the looks, right? He looks like an NFL quarterback. But I think Will Levis could potentially be Zach Wilson 2.0.
Wow.
And he will be, but he could be. One of these guys has to be a bust. Not all of them are going to make it. We know that from history.
Oh, there's probably
not all these guys, all these quarterbacks are going to make it. One of them is going to be a bust, and out of my 3, CJ, Bryce, and Will, I'd pick Will.
I don't think any of them are going to be like a Herbert, Burrow, or anyone like that, personally.
I think, as much as I hate to say it, Stroud has the best chance.
Fair enough.
Or Anthony Richardson's interesting because he's bang or just absolute bust. But if you have the number 1 overall pick, do you take that on a guy that only completed 56%? I think it was less than that, 53% of his passes in college at the SEC, where we had other quarterbacks.
He's like a Malik Willis.
Don't even know. Malik Willis was bad.
No, he's not like a Malik Willis.
I just don't think Anthony Richardson, to me, he doesn't have the arm. If you want to line that dude up and run power plays like they did with Cam Newton back in the day, feel free. Power to you, and hopefully he develops an arm. But
Richardson's got an arm. You're talking accuracy.
Accuracy, sorry. When I say arm, I don't just mean power. I mean accuracy included.
Like Jimmy G.
Yeah, but you can. You're at the NFL level. You can.
It's hard to develop accuracy if you don't already have it.
You can coach that up.
You can coach schemes and route running and timing, but
exactly.
accuracy is hard. You're gonna have to keep him short or deep bombs and hope he connects. I don't think Richardson has
I think you can mold around Anthony Richardson if you wanted to. I think he's got the freak skill set to be something different in the NFL. Like, he's tested better than everybody else. You see him at Florida. It was amazing. He's fast. He's physical. He can do it all. His accuracy is the biggest issue. This is the reason Anthony Richardson is not going number 1, is because everybody says he can't hit he can't hit the pass consistently. But if you look at the Niners, they built systems to help quarterbacks beyond belief. Okay, like you go to play football for the Niners, they're like, okay, you check one read, you go to the other, and it should be there. Like you don't have to run through the book of schematics just to get to play quarterback for the 49ers, and it's obvious with Jimmy G taking them to Super Bowl, obviously. And then the 7th round fucking rookie coming in and take them to an NFC Championship. I mean, you can build around Anthony Richardson. You'll never. What am I trying to say? You can't make physicality. You can't make someone look like that and be that kind of stature. But you can help him play quarterback because you're a pro. You make millions of dollars and you can help him do that. I don't know. I just think I think it's worth the risk. Maybe not number 1, but for sure, top 10 pick. If I'm a team just sitting there, I got a couple guys. I got an old guy quarterback maybe. I got a couple years left on a contract for a guy I'm not really feeling. I think Anthony Richardson.